And I have had several different problems as a youth. I don't know y'all age range, but I know when I turned about 12 to about 17, I had a very, very tough time dealing with life. I didn't know what was going on with me at the time, but as I have gotten older, I have come to understand it, so I want to give y'all a little perspective about what you may or may not be going through and kind of help you to see if you can work through that. I did a lot of things, man. I went to juvenile several times. All right, I was selling drugs, running away from home, dancing, doing all kinds of stuff that I just had no business doing at that age. All right. My problem was I was dealing with what they call abandonment issues. I was living at home with my mom, but I wasn't receiving love from my mother because she didn't accept me for who I was and the way I was. See, my mom had her own envision for me about what she wanted me to be. She wanted me to be a doctor, and she wanted me to go to college, and yada yada, things that I didn't really think that I wanted to do. But because I was always told that I was supposed to do, I was kind of trying to figure out, how I could maybe get around it but still please her as well. But it just got worse and worse as I got older because she kept pushing against what I was naturally born and the natural talents that I was given. She put me in things like orchestra when I wanted to be in band. She put me in tennis when I wanted to be in dance. Things like that, things I had no interest in. So it caused me to rebel more. How many of y'all live in a house with two parents? Two. Are y'all parents married? Okay, cool. So the rest of y'all live in a house with one parent or maybe a grandparent or some other situation? Yes. Y'all please just shake your head. You don't have to talk, but let me know that you're awake, you're alive, and that you understand what I'm saying. Because I know I'm talking loud, so y'all can hear me. Anybody, y'all live in a one family, one parent household? Okay, let me ask you another question. And I just want y'all to be honest. Do you feel like you loved? Anybody ever feel like they not loved or they don't receive the love that they want? You do? Okay. Y'all do it? No? What's up? I heard a little commotion. Yeah, you do feel like you love? How do y'all know that? Okay, so when you don't feel love, what makes you not feel love? Okay, so no money and attention. When you say attention, what do you mean? Like not spending time with you? Are y'all maybe the oldest child or something like that? Okay, anybody else in that situation? Anybody else? Same thing. Anybody else got a lot of siblings? And so so maybe that take away from some of the attention that your parents are able to give you. Let me tell y'all something about that. I have 5 kids. So I know as a parent how difficult it is to maybe give attention to everybody at one time, and especially specific attention. Let me explain something to y'all as a parent with multiple children. You're dealing with multiple personalities. Have y'all ever thought of what it's like to be a teacher? No? Okay. So check this out. Y'all probably give y'all teachers a very hard time, but I just want y'all to think about this for a second. If your parents at home, let's just say you have 5 siblings or you have 5 kids in the house, and your parent is one person, what's the normal size of y'all classrooms? What's the average size of most of your classes? 8 to 10. Okay, cool. So some people may have that many kids in the household. Have you ever thought about how hard it is to pay attention to more than one person at a time? How could you possibly give your attention to more than one person at a time? How? Tell me how you'll do it. If you had 5 kids, how would you give each kid the same amount of attention all the time? 5, 6 talk a piece. Okay, cool, boom. All right, so let me ask you something. Have y'all ever told your parents that you feel that way? You have. What was the response that you got? They tried. Right. Okay, so do you understand that? You understand that it's a lot of kids and that it may be hard to, give you exactly what you need all the time? Y'all understand that concept? Right, okay, so cool. So do y'all step y'all game up and try to assist with the things that's making it difficult for them? Are y'all the oldest or y'all kind of like in the middle? Y'all got older siblings? In the middle. In the middle? Y'all so good. Okay, so listen, do y'all help out with the younger ones? Do y'all kind of, help your parents out? You're like, no, that's y'all kids. Okay, cool. I understand, but listen, let me tell y'all something. Kids do what they see. They do what they see. They impersonate what has been presented to them. Because just like you all, I can tell you all anything about whatever, but if you don't see what I'm saying, it may be hard for you to believe it. You understand what I'm saying? So what I mean, for instance, is, and I know exactly what you're talking about, because as a parent who has been in prison twice, I did almost 8 years myself, okay, on 2 different sentences, and I have a numerous amounts of jail time, okay? I will not be getting drafted to the Army anytime soon. I have all my felonies live up front. Okay, I'm not telling y'all don't get none, but this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. When I came home trying to build a relationship with kids, that I had to leave because I chose to make decisions because I felt like I needed to do things to take care of my family that I really probably didn't need to do. I had to try to work on becoming a better parent. It's difficult with 5 kids to do that, but when I came home, I found that a couple of my kids were kind of like almost starting out the same path that I went through around the age they're going through. And it really breaks my heart because I feel like, well, dang, if they seen what I went through, why in the world would they want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I called them for prison. I told them how difficult it is. Y'all ever had any family members been in prison? They told y'all about it when they got out, and they still in there? So what they tell y'all? Somebody give me something. What they tell y'all about prison? It ain't what you want. It ain't where it is. What else? Okay, what else? Let me get something from what side the crumpets? Because y'all dead over here. So y'all can switch it up. Come on, y'all give me some kind of feedback over here. What have y'all heard about prison? Any of y'all people, family members, anybody who know been in prison came home and told you something about what you got, baby? They what? Shake? Okay, cool. You absolutely right, baby. That's no lie. Anybody else? Right? Okay, so cool. So y'all knowing this, right? But y'all here. So how many more steps do you have till you think that you actually advance to the next level? Because do y'all know what the next level is for you? Y'all ever thought about it? If you keep down the path that you're going on, where do you think you're going to end up? Okay, cool. So is that what you're trying to go? You sure? Because it seems like you're on a one-way trip there. Okay? So listen. If y'all know this and y'all know that might be the outcome for you, but you don't want to go there, what are you doing to try to keep yourself from going there? Anything? Counseling? You take counseling? Cool, I love that, baby. Listen, don't be ashamed of that either because I have been through counseling a lot, okay? And the only reason I'm saying is, excuse me, to any white people in here, this is something that I want to put out there because it's I think in the African American community, it's laughed at and looked upon as being crazy or being mental health if you decide to seek counseling for things that you need help with, okay? But sometimes when things happen in our life, we tend to suppress the situations, which means we push it down lower so that we don't have to really deal with it. So what we try to do is start doing other stuff to get our attention and keep our attention or distract us from what the problem is. Sometimes which can lead to things like drug abuse. Because people sometimes they feel like drugs take them away from the reality of the situation. But what they don't know is when you're not on the drugs or the drugs are not still assisting you, when you come down, you come off, the problem's still there. So what do you do about trying to solve the problem? When I was in prison, I actually volunteered to take counseling because I tried to go in there and get, let me tell you something, I'm an ultimate hustler now. I've done everything up to the sun probably except, well I ain't gonna say that, but I've done a lot of things to get a lot of money, all right? I ain't no rookie to the game, but I'm glad I'm retired now. When I went down the road, I decided to put myself in counseling because I initially tried to go in there and get on mental health medication because I heard that when you come home, if you go in there and get on your meds, you come home and get that check. You know what I mean? I get a check. So I thought I was gonna go in there and come home and get a check, an easy check, so I can get my little $800 a month and don't have to worry about nothing. I was gonna take that and flip that. You know what I'm saying? Do some things with it. But I didn't want to stand in that 45-minute line every day. And so what happens is if you don't stand in line to get your medication, they start writing you up, you start getting in trouble. And then you start going to lockdown and stuff like that. So I took myself off the medications and I realized that, you know what, that's probably not for me because it didn't work out the way I wanted to. And I'm gonna get more into that later on, but I'm gonna tell you something. What I did do was decide to, because when you get on mental health medication in prison, they actually put you on what they call a mental health caseload. Y'all have counselors here, right? Okay, so, okay. Okay, but y'all got me though, they posted. So, it's the same way up the road, so, don't go up there expecting no miracles, all right? Because you think they don't work here, they really don't work here. They have up to, thousands and thousands of people on one caseload. If your mama and your daddy can't pay attention to 5 kids in the household, imagine what a counselor at a prison or a school has to deal with, trying to deal with everybody's problems, okay? So y'all be understanding of that. But at the end of the day, I went in there and I learned that part of my problem had been that my mom didn't ever give me no love. I didn't really understand what had been causing all these problems, but I was rebelling against the fact that I wasn't receiving the attention and the love that I needed and wanted for myself. So when the counselor helped me to realize that, I started to think about it. It kind of was like a light bulb moment that went off in my head, but she also pointed out that my mom may be what you call a person, what does she call her? Manic depressive. Which means that somebody kind of like goes through life as if they're in a normal state. They're able to function normally every day, but they're really in a depressed state and you don't know it because you can't tell on the outside. Some of y'all might be experiencing that. I don't know if you're experiencing that. I don't think I've ever really experienced manic depressivism, but I can't understand it, and it kind of made me understand my mom, which made me understand why she was kind of doing what she did. And she didn't intentionally do it. Okay, but I didn't realize this until I was an adult. So the reason I'm telling y'all that now is because as a mom, I understand more because now I have to try to do the same thing for my kids. But in my mind, what I'm trying to do is different from my mom because I seen what she did for me didn't really work in my best interest. So I try to shower my kids with love, but it's very hard for me because I'm a very guarded and stiff person. I didn't grow up with love in the household, so I didn't give out love a lot. That's why I kind of was getting in trouble at school. I was fighting, cussing out teachers until I got kicked out of middle school for getting into a fight with a teacher. You know, I had to go to tribunal, do all that. With the juvenile, like I said, several times. And the thing is, I had all these issues, but in actuality, I had so many talents, it didn't make any sense for me to be doing these things. I was able, I do hair, I design clothes, like my whole outfit I have on today, I design except shoes. I design clothes, I do makeup, I'm a full service stylist. I can sew from scratch, like I can do it on top of the head, don't even need a pattern to make anything. I do jewelry, I make makeup, I write books, I can draw, I can rap. I'm so multi-talented that it didn't make any sense for me to be doing those things. I had to wake up one day and I'm like, what in the world am I doing? This doesn't make any sense. And guess what, I'm so great that because I have ended up in prison, nobody's gonna see it. So a star can't shine from behind the gates. Star ain't gonna shine from the pin, trust me. Nobody sees you in there. Ain't no Wi-Fi, ain't no internet. Ain't no gram, ain't no chat. Ain't no thrill, ain't no TikTok. I'm serious. Yeah, it's funny, but it ain't. Only thing we get to do, we have talent shows. I was in there, I'm talking about I was the #1 star in there because I could go up there and rap and turn up, but and it ain't getting no checks. I ain't making no money. I ain't really getting on. That's a waste of that's sad to waste your talent behind prison walls. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I also didn't have no support. So some of y'all that don't have that love, don't have that attention, you think it's hard now. Take yourself on up that road and see how hard it really get for you. When the people that you running around with, doing whatever you're doing with, if they're influencing you to do things, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna be with you when it's time to go down. Some of these friends y'all got running with, hanging tough, gang, and all that, probably ain't even gonna be friends in a year or two. And if you are, you're lucky. Because it rarely happens like that. People that I knew in high school, I think I got one friend that I'm still friends with to this day, 20 years later. But I had a million of them within, you feel me? So that's something that y'all need to think about. If you ain't got no way to, like the young man said before, you know, you're cooking it this year, you're gonna eat next year. You gotta trust your process, but if you don't never get started on it, it won't never happen for you. As teenagers, let me ask y'all something. Do any of y'all have any idea what y'all gonna be when y'all get out of high school? Let me hear it. Give me something. Which one? What you got? Cosmetology? Military? Okay, good. Military? Okay, good. Somebody had their hand up. What you say? What you said? No, you make that man sit like how you do business. Anybody else? Which one do? A truck driver? You that's easy, but little shit. Veteran? Oh, that's awesome, man. I love that. How old are you? Okay, cool. I like that. What you got? A star? What kind? Let me tell y'all something like that. I like that, baby. A star needs to shine. Let me tell y'all something about this magic. Have y'all never heard of the word manifestation? You do? Yeah. What do you think? What do you think manifestation is? What's your understanding of it? Do you remember it? In the Bible? What you said? I'm sorry. Okay, do y'all have an idea what manifestation is? Okay, that's a good way to explain it. Anybody else? Okay, boom. So let me tell y'all what manifestation is. Manifestation is basically, this is not the dictionary definition, but it's just the overall explanation of what it is. Manifestation is basically like making something happen that you have an idea of that you want to do in your head. So basically, as a child, I used to want to be a clothing designer. So I used to design clothes a lot. But I also didn't trust in my ability to become successful as a clothing designer. I doubted myself. I didn't realize I was doubting myself, but now I realize I doubted myself, and now I know how. Because what I decided to do was go out there and start cashing some checks to get some quick, easy, fast money, instead of taking the time to actually grow my talent, my business, and trust myself and my skills. And I know I was good, but I still doubted myself by doing that. So what happened was, since I went against the natural flow of things that was really in my destiny, I believe, I ended up going down the road and getting into trouble and ending up in prison and ending up in jail and having a lifetime of cycles of things that wasn't meant for me, because I wasn't trusting the natural God-given talents and skills that I had. Any of y'all got natural talents and skills that y'all feel like it'll take you somewhere? How you want to? What's gonna make you start? What do you do? Y'all stop that, please. What do you do? Nothing. Do you think that you have any talents and skills? Are you talking about sex? What? That's it? Let me tell you something. You'll get wore out quick and you'll die old and alone. That ain't gonna take you far, baby. Especially if you ain't no good at it. Alright, now listen. Anybody else feel like they got some real skills and talent that's gonna pay off? Because that ain't gonna make you no money either unless you're real good at it. Alright? What else you got? Singing? Okay, cool. Do you want to be a singer, or is that like something that you do for fun? You really want to be a singer? How do you plan on achieving that? Have you ever thought about it? How old are you? You don't think it's time to start? A year? Well, I'm saying, okay, after you get out of here, then what? What's the next step? College. What do you want to go to college to do? Basketball? Okay, cool. Do you make good grades? Teachers? Okay, cool. So okay, cool. Okay, so check this out. Listen, y'all. I went to college too, a few of them. Got a couple of degrees in business and cosmetology. Also went to school. I went to turn a job for culinary arts. This is how I actually ended up down in Albany, Georgia. I was 16 years old, just got kicked out of school, and I had to figure out a way to try to right my wrongs. So I ended up coming to job corps. And since I like to cook, I decided I would take culinary arts and get a degree. Okay, so when I did that, I decided to go ahead and go to cosmetology. I went over here to the tech. I started at the tech. I left Turner. They paid for me to go to the tech after I graduated. So things that when I was 16, I thought that I wasn't gonna be able to do that because I was like, dang, I don't have the money to do that. I don't have the know-how. But once I started taking a step out and a leap of faith on my abilities and my talents, things started happening for me that I didn't even foresee. So I want to tell y'all something about manifestations. Like I said, it's the ability to bring something about that you have an idea of, something in your head before it happens. Sit down, man. Thank you. All right. Remember I asked y'all if y'all knew, if I told y'all had magic already, but it just wasn't activated. If I told you how to do what you said you would, right? All right. So y'all said y'all kind of heard of manifestation. I'm gonna ask you, have you ever heard of something called thinking things into existence? Y'all heard about that concept? Okay, cool. Now this is where the magic starts. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like I said, magic with a K, not a C. Let me break something down to y'all that I recently found out that I didn't know. We're all born with these abilities to make things happen. It's just that because of what we learned as a child when we're first born, usually our first 7 years, we absorb a lot of information and things that we've been given, which is called kind of like programming. But it's nothing wrong with it. It's just that if you don't have any other perspective to compare what you've been told to, then you may think that that's the only way to do things. So right now, y'all kind of may be going through a situation in life like you feel like you got to cut up. You feel like when you get angry, you got to spaz out. You feel like you got to cuss somebody out. You feel like you got to, you know what I'm saying, just blow up. Instead of maybe thinking about, why am I angry? What's making me angry about this situation? Is it something somebody said? Is it something somebody did to me? Or is it the fact that I'm allowing them to make me upset? Is it the fact that I'm allowing them to make me feel a certain way? How you let somebody else have control over you? Y'all let people make y'all mad. You get mad and blame on others. Sound like, it's natural. I'm not judging you, I'm just asking you. Y'all feel like this in time? You feel like this in time? Okay, cool. Let me give y'all a example. What y'all think a hater is? Definition of a hater. Somebody give it to me. Oh, everybody wants to speak up now. Hold. Everybody wants to say about it. Okay, let me get. What y'all got on this side? Somebody, 2 people come over here. Tell me what a hater is. You ready to talk now, baby? Okay, go ahead. What you got? I'm sorry. Go ahead. But what is a hater? What's the definition of a hater? How do I know somebody hating on me? How do you know they want something you got? Okay, that's a good definition. I like that. Anybody else got something to add to what you said? No, look now. I know that ain't the first time nobody ain't gonna make that mistake. Y'all don't act like I'm ain't normal up in here. I apologize, baby. I apologize, baby. Okay, listen. That's a good definition that she provided. Anybody else have something to add to that? Listen here, y'all know. Come on now, close. Y'all out there. Anybody else got something to add to that from over here? What you think a hater is? What would you say a hater is? Give me a definition. You. Just say it, Lord. What you think a hater is? What you think a hater is? You encouraging her to say something, now you acting shy. Y'all too cute to be a y'all shy for real? Y'all need to sign up for the Team Boss. Y'all need to sign up for the Team Boss program. Any more shy people here? Listen, it doesn't matter. And stop saying that. Don't say that. No disrespect. Remember I told you about that when we first started. What you think? What you say? Okay, cool. Boom. I like that. All right, so check this out, y'all. Hating. Let me tell y'all something about hating. Let me give y'all a little insight. Matter of fact, let me ask you something. Since you told me you think hating is somebody envying you. Have you ever hated on somebody? Never in your life. Never been a hater. You sure? Would y'all agree? Y'all know what? Anybody agree with that? Okay, listen. You went to Africa over here with the light green. You ever hated on somebody before? You have. And thank you for admitting that, baby. What did you do, if you don't mind me? Did you say something about it? You did something to them, or you just felt some type of way about them, or was it like, did they know you was hating on them too? Did you make it obvious? Was it something you said to them, or was it something you did to them? You thought about it? Was it a get back thing? Like, did they do something to you first? Okay, cool. So you just hated on them. It wasn't even no reason. Thank you, baby. I appreciate your honesty. Let me tell y'all something about hating. When you hate on somebody else, the way that you feel about that person is really how you feel about yourself. All right, and let me explain the concept of that to you. When you're looking at people, before we see the physical, we see a reflection of ourselves. If you're a person that's okay with yourself and you don't have a problem with yourself, you really love yourself, you would never have the ability to hate on anybody else. Okay, because you would see things from a different perspective. You will understand that people go through their own problems. People have their own way of dealing with stuff. People are not always as fortunate as others. Y'all need to be quiet because y'all didn't want to talk when I ask y'all nothing. So y'all need to show some respect. That's what we're going to do up in here. If I give it, I need to give it. And that's that on it. Now, like I said, hate it. Because that's what y'all doing right now. Y'all talking and being disrespectful. You're disrespecting yourself because that's how you see yourself. I'm good with me. I'm here for you. Know that. Because I can be out there making money. I'm hustling. I don't play. Go ahead. Say what now? Who? Magic. I'm explaining it to you. It starts with you. First of all, you can't work the magic if you're not okay. You got to get yourself out of the way right. And what I mean by that is, first of all, when you look at other people, if you see a problem with somebody else, you got to know that you got a problem with you. If you ain't have a problem with what you had going on the inside, it would cause you to be okay with everything else around you. So the fact that I'm confident in myself, I can get up here and look like a clown, I can get up here and look like a whatever, and still walk with my head up and confident ain't worried about what nobody say, a hater or whoever. Because first of all, I know that what they think about me does not determine who I am. Okay? So a hater could never affect me anyway. But I'm so good at it, all my haters end up loving me. They end up being my biggest fans. Right, exactly. They say I'm funny, but I turn them around. I made non-believers into believers. You got the ability and the magic to do that. See, the magic that y'all possess is not a bunch of hocus pocus. What y'all been told about magic is not that. The magic is the ability to change the situation that you're in by using unseen methods and efforts to make it happen. So in other words, by changing your perspective and looking at things different, that's how you change everything else around you. most people think when they are able to achieve another level of success, that's when they'll start acting like what they want. So basically, you want to be a singer. When you gonna start acting like one? I'm just asking. Do you feel like you act like a singer today? The singer that you want to be? Are you acting like that every minute of the day that you're doing things that you're doing? No. Okay, cool. Thank you for being honest too. I didn't realize the concept of it, but when I came home from prison, the last time that I've been home for 2 years, I came home still on the same BS that I was on when I went there. But that was my second sentence. I had to wake up one day and I was like, dang, you know what? Why am I putting myself through this again? Because now I'm risking going back to prison again for the same thing I already been. Ain't that stupid to keep doing the same thing? That you know what I'm saying? You know what's coming and you ain't doing nothing different. Y'all know that's the definition of insanity, right? You continue to do the same thing and expect a change. So what I decided to do was what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be a boss. I always wanted to be a CEO of my own company and build my own empire. I started listening to some motivational speaking and people on YouTube. And it kind of got my mind kind of jogging. It was telling me about how to manifest things and how to bring things into fruition. And I remember when I was in prison, I read these books about The Secret, the laws of attraction, the ability to manifest stuff, thinking things into existence. And I kept trying to get it and get it and get it, but I could never get it. And I finally figured out why. Because I was thinking about it too hard. See, what they don't tell you is when you're thinking things into existence, you kind of have to like think about it and then let it go. That's where the belief and the faith comes in at. This is the magic. Do you believe in magic? You believe in magic for real? Now I ain't talking about the magic shows that you might see in the circus stuff. I'm talking about, do you believe in real magic? Yeah. Anybody? Nobody? Yeah. Okay, so you do? Who said yeah? You do? Why? How you know it's real? How you know it's real though? You got a confirmation, you smile, you know something. You know? Okay, cool. Boom. Alright, you want it. Anybody else? Okay, cool. What you say? Somebody say something? Oh, okay, I thought you said something. Okay. Listen, the third eye, I'm not gonna get into it. I don't wanna weigh too much on y'all head, but that's a good point. Now, if you don't believe in magic, you can't make it happen. That's why y'all in the position that y'all in. How y'all plan to get yourself up out of this situation? Have you thought about it? I ain't talking about because the system is letting you return to school. I'm talking about the situation of what you need to get in here. When you get back to the other school, or whatever the case is, what are you going to do differently to keep yourself from coming back? Stop telling people. What did you do? You fought? You mean like sexual harassment? Okay, cool. Hey, you for real or you playing? Okay, boom, I like that, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with being honest with yourself and what you need to do. Stop touching people. That's a good thing. Now, when you stop touching people, what you going to start doing? Because you need something to replace what it is. What you say? What you said? What are you going to start? How's that going to help? I'm asking you. You said it. I'm not giving you the answer. I'm asking you. How's that going to help? Okay, boom. So when you graduate, because you want to graduate school? You want to graduate school? I mean, if you don't know, I don't know, babe. I'm just asking you. What are you doing your work for if you don't even know if you want to graduate? What's the point? People do things for no reason. You feel me? And it ain't cute, you feel me, y'all? It's cool to really be smart these days. That'll take you somewhere. Ain't nothing wrong with using your brain because that's what it's there for. Alright, y'all don't have to let nobody else think for y'all. Y'all run the crew, let the leader, make all the decisions. I heard the guys, gang, and let your big homie tell you this and tell you that. Being a flunky, doing what they want you to do, that they won't do themselves. Because they got some flunkies, some followers, some do boys and some do girls. Because that's all y'all is. Because you ain't the leader. You ain't the big homie. And you won't graduate to that because you ain't got the mind frame. They running it, you not. It ain't nothing but two kind of people in this world, baby. It's bosses and workers. Which one are you? How? You won't even carry yourself like the singer that you say you want to be today. Why do you think you gotta wait to start acting like that later? Let me tell you something. When I wanted to see myself as a boss, as a CEO, I started envisioning myself as that. I started carrying myself as that. I started feeling like I was that. I started lifting my head up a little higher. I started saying what was really on my mind, telling people what I really feel. And not worrying about how they was going to respond or how they was going to feel because I felt better. I stopped worrying about everybody else and started worrying about Courtney. Because I had to realize at the end of the night when I go to sleep, nobody else, what they do, don't make me ish. Okay? And vice versa. So some of y'all scared to talk, scared to say stuff, but bad as I'll get out, ain't scared to cut up, But when the spotlight gets shined on you, now you want to. What's that about? I'm confused. Be the same way all the time. Don't switch up. Either you is or you ain't. Because what's real is no show. I don't care what you say. You can tell me you're a boss, but if you can't show me and I don't see it, I don't believe it. Get what? When people see me and I say I'm a boss, they know it. Before I even talk, because when I step in the room, my presence exudes power. You understand that? You ever seen somebody walk into a room and everybody just like, that's me, a star, shining, without all the bling. I could be bust down and still be looking hot. I'm telling you, that's how I am. I live for real. I was get way before that person came. I didn't even know what the devil was like. Hey, I ain't doing this for the power. But listen up, for real. I'm telling y'all is y'all have to really feel confident in yourself and whatever it is that you say you are. If you say that you want to be a singer, if you say that you want to be a basketball player, if you say that you want to go to the military, start carrying yourself in that position today. Just because y'all are teenagers doesn't mean that y'all can't start on who you want to be tomorrow. It don't happen overnight. You can't turn 18 and then decide, I'm going to start trying to be an adult. Wow. When? What, you gonna go learn how to start abiding by the rules tomorrow? How you gonna make it? I see a lot of 18, 19, 20-year-olds homeless right now. Because their parents put them out when they turned 18, they weren't playing. But guess what? Because they wanted to play around all throughout school, lollygagging around, putting on for everybody else, looking like a real clown. Because when you get in trouble, they laughing at you. While they still at school. Because there, when you went and did that bid, who wrote you? Who wrote you? How many letters you got? Oh, okay. Was you ever calling anybody? Collecting here at the school? Was you ever calling your peers? Oh, okay. Anybody put money in your books? Oh, okay. I just want y'all to hear a testimony of what it's really like from one of y'all peers. Y'all ain't got to take it from me. I did 3 years the first time, then I did 4 years. But see, I got 20 talents. I can make it anywhere. If you ain't got one, you're shooting bad. Y'all already ain't alternative school. Some of y'all don't have another spot. This is the last option for some of y'all. If you can't get together here, because you can't make it at the regular school, you shoot bad. I feel for you. Like old boy said, you had it. There. All that tough guy talking about y'all do right here. Ain't gonna, hey, baby, you ain't got no weapons. You ain't got your home cut. A lot of them, when you get in trouble with them, they won't even end up at the same facility with you. What they gonna do is put it on file that y'all gang related. And then they gonna separate you. So now you're by yourself, claiming gang. And you're gonna have to prove it. Males and females. They'll take some too, not just your snack cakes. Real talk. They ain't gonna take mine, but they will. So if y'all tough guy here, we tough guy everywhere. Stand up for who you say you are and carry yourself like that wherever you go. People will begin to respect you and people will start to believe you because nobody's gonna believe you if they don't see it. Sir, with the blue. What you want to do when you grow up? You got any idea? I mean, not grow up, when you graduate. What you want to do? You have no idea? How old are you? 14? You haven't thought about it at all. You don't have like maybe 2 or 3 possibilities. Truck driver? Cool. Truck driving is a very, very, very good job and opportunity, y'all, okay? It allows you to be able to travel around, see things. You make very good money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, do you want to work with somebody's company or do you want to have your own? Your own? Facts. I like boss too. I can talk about that all day. Okay. Now listen, I'm the CEO of my company. My company is Shiiboss Management and Consulting Services. So what I do as a consultant, I basically help people decide on how to do some things. So if you wanted to start a business, or they may already have a business and they don't really know all the ways that they can maximize the profits and gain from the business, I'm a person that they would come to consult about that. I also do image consulting. Like if you know, I got swag. So when I promote my business and I explain or advertise what I do, I'm not in a suit and tie. I'm not in the business suit in heels. That's not what I do. If I'm in heels, they real jazzy. Okay? But I am explaining this concept to people now because of the day and the age that we're in. The working force really allows you to be yourself more than back in the day. It used to be that you had to have that suit and tie. You had to do this and do this. Nowadays, you know, you walk around and you see people in all kind of professional businesses with piercings, color hair, tattoos, all that stuff. That lets you know how we're changing. As kids in this new day and age, y'all have access to all kind of resources and anything that you want to utilize to become who you are. Do y'all know that there's a lot of millionaires under 18 in this world right now?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all do?
Broadway.
Okay. How y'all think they became millionaires? Grinding? Son?
Working hard.
Anybody here want a record deal? Who? Let me tell you something about that. Now, I'm not talking about, now this doesn't happen so much as an R&B. Let me tell y'all something about those record deals too. The 360s. Y'all heard about those? 360 deals? Oh, y'all haven't? Okay, well let me tell you something that the record companies are doing now. It's very popular. They are giving these 360 deals out, which is like maybe for a few million, you know. Most people like they never had nothing gonna jump on that because it seems like a good opportunity. When I started doing music back in the day, we used to pull up everywhere and pop the trunk and sell CDs. Gas stations, I mean, we would travel all over the road. We was getting money, cash money out of the street, selling CDs for $10, sometimes $20, depending on where we're going to. And it wasn't even all that, the music wasn't even all that because we was just getting started out. I realized something now, looking back then. Do you know that the record companies realized that independent artists was getting $1 million out of the streets? Y'all know how much money $1 million is?
Yeah.
How much? A lot. Is $1,000 a lot?
No.
What if you had $1,000 1,000 times?
No.
That's not a lot either?
No.
Did y'all know that was a million?
No.
You did? You knew 1,000 times 1,000 is a million. It sounds a little bit more easy to get to now, don't it? $1,000 1,000 times, that's it? I could have $1 million? Oh, okay. Now it sounds a little more achievable. So check the move. That's why the record labels decided to start giving out these multi-million-dollar record deals because they seen that independent artists was in the street getting their own money and they seen that they wasn't getting a piece of it. But see, they also understood that those people believed in themselves. They believed in their talent, they believed in their ability to hustle, they believed in their grind, and they was doing it with all they believed in. Everything, they put their all into it. That's the only way they came up on their millions. But guess what? They let the record companies come and convince them that that wasn't good enough. Y'all come get me $1 million, I'm finna give you. While I make $100 million off of you, I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you two. What you do? You gonna sign, right? Go take it. But you need videos. You wanna ride around in the car, all that jewelry, all that bling. Oh, that's coming out your advance. Oh, you didn't know that. Oh, so now you're looking at about $800,000 by the time you done paid for everything that they gave you. Oh, that you thought they gave you because they didn't tell you or you just didn't read the contract that you signed your life away and you signed your soul to. So now you sold out for $800,000 when you thought you would get $2 million, and they're still getting their 30. Who got pimped? The artist. Then next thing you know, where they at? Jail. Cause they done with you. Y'all see it happening all the time, y'all. Take notice of what's going on and choose a different perspective because if all your favorite artists all of a sudden going to jail, don't you think that's kind of suspect? Y'all don't think that's a little weird? Y'all notice that? Everybody now getting a prison sentence. Everybody. It's very popular. But that's because that's the plan from the get-go. You're not gonna be out here alone. I advise y'all today and I give y'all the permission to trust and believe in yourself and your talents and your abilities to make whatever it is that you say you want to do for yourself happen. What happens is if I go out in the streets and I get my meal and I get my fans, my fan base, now when the record label approach me, I'm negotiating the contract. They're not. I don't want 2. I want 20. And I want all the rights to my music. We're going to be business partners. I'm not working for you. I'm a boss. You understand the difference? You see how I just flipped that? But it'll take me maybe a year to grind it out in the streets. I can't sign the doc today, but in a year, if I can get me 20 bands, why wouldn't I? You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling y'all today. Y'all teenagers, but y'all don't have to wait till you grow up to start doing things that you want to do when you get grown. Start preparing now because it takes time to walk yourself into that position. You got to learn things like how to do it. If you don't even know how you're going to get there, start by researching. How many of y'all got a cell phone? Do you ever look up anything besides social media stuff? What you look up? What you look up? What do you look up? I'm just asking. You read scriptures? Okay, cool. I ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I just know like spring time, like
Okay, cool. I love that. What are you learning about slavery? Oh, shit. Oh, my bro was still. Oh, no, sorry. What do you know about slavery?
It was rough.
It was rough. Do y'all know we might be headed back though? Oh, that's surprising. Okay, well let me tell you something. It ain't gonna be the slavery that y'all thought or that y'all heard about. And it's not a color-based thing either. It don't have anything to do with black or white. It's only got to do with rich or poor. And if you ain't got no money, your future looking kind of funny. Alright? Just gonna get it to you straight like that. That's why y'all need to make sure that y'all doing what y'all need to do today to secure yourself in the future. You ain't got no money, you ain't got no property, you don't own anything, you don't have anything. In society, you're deemed as unimportant and almost non-existent. You out here depending on the government for benefits. You know, stamps every month, got that Section 8. That tenor, you already know. Hey, I'm not opposed to it. I done got mine and still will if I need to. But that's a stepping stone. You understand me? That's not something for you to survive off of for a lifetime. Because what happens is people become dependent on those type of things. Y'all go home and tell your parents this too, so they may not know. People become dependent on those things. And guess what's going to happen when they cut off those programs and they're no longer available? Our people that decided to lead up and survive off of that, they ain't going to have no job skills. They're not going to be, they ain't going to know how to even go interview for a job. And they ain't going to know how to work you. Because they ain't going to have skill. Because they felt like these things was going to be around forever. Social Security, teachers. Do y'all know that it may not even be existing in about another 5 years? It's going to be tapped out. The country owed that money before the first person ever clocked in. Y'all around here thinking that these little jobs gonna get you something. You get ready to retire, it ain't even gonna be there. And y'all younger than us. You feel me? So y'all really gonna be messed up if y'all don't get it together now. Cars don't hold no value, baby. As soon as you drive them off the lot, it's a wrap. My cousin just got a Challenger 3 years ago, paid it off, had 6 more months to pay off for it. Somebody told it out. Guess how much the insurance company gave her for a $30,000 car? 6 bands. You see how the value of that depreciated? You're not going to get back what you put into it. She lost almost 24 bands. You know what she could have did with that money? Exactly, because the house would have been worth something. They can't take that from you. She could have sold that and still came up. That's why people out here flipping property left and right. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all have a great advantage nowadays that we didn't even have back then when we was children. Y'all can go online and research anything y'all want to. Do y'all know the internet, Google, and YouTube is the second highest search engine in the world right now? Y'all have the ability to get any information you want to get. I just built my own website. Did I know how to build websites 3 months ago?
Nope.
How did I learn? Facts. I decided I wanted to know, and then I Googled it. What's what, Carter? Who said that? What you say, baby? My website is Shiiboss21 INC. It's the name of my business.com. Y'all go check it out. I'm gonna give it to you at the end because I got some information about the Teen Boss movement on there. And the Teen Boss movement is what I'm putting into place for teenagers like y'all and whoever wants to sign up and register for it, because it's a program that I'm trying to create to spark the entrepreneurial spirit in teenagers so that y'all know and y'all feel secure in y'all future. Some of y'all may not be good students because you may not learn the same way everybody else learns. You know, I was a technical learner. I learned hands-on. I wasn't into the books, even though I could master that with no problem. But I wasn't a good studier. But I was a great test taker. If you don't know how you learn, it may be hard for you to. But I don't want you to feel like if you're not doing that great, that you don't have a chance to do something great in the future. A lot of millionaires and billionaires didn't even graduate from high school. Because a lot of schools don't teach you some of the things that working in the real world will. It's just actual real life experiences. When I decided to start my business, I didn't even know all the things I was going to be able to do or how I was going to do it. I took a leap of faith. I believed in my magic. I believe in my ability to make it happen. I said, you know what? I want to run this business. I want to have a marketing consultant here. People call me all the time for advice. I think I should do some consultations. And then, you know what? I want to talk to the kids. I want to talk to their parents. Because I realized that some of y'all are in a situation y'all are in because your parents didn't know no better and didn't tell y'all no better. So if I tell y'all how to be better and then y'all go home and y'all still catching HE-double hockey sticks, it's going to maybe still discourage you and you still maybe not do better. So I want to reach the parents too. Us as parents can't tell y'all to do this and do that and be great if we're not doing it ourselves. And I realized that. I can't tell my children, do good, be good. Do what I tell you to do. Be awesome. And then they look at me and I ain't got nothing going on. They gonna be looking at me like, you know how y'all do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was the same way. My mom never had my mom didn't go through the things I went through as a child. So when she used to tell me, Courtney, you can be, you know, and I used to be like, get out of my face. She don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. She don't understand me. We're not the same. But I was the only child. I ain't even had no brother, sister, or nobody to come say, hey. And that's part of why I think trying to find my own way. That's what caused me to go down the road that I went. But I want to try to help y'all to not do that. Because like I said, I understand now that I just wasn't believing in myself. If I had went on and after I got out of school, because I didn't even finish school, I came down to the job, like I said, but I started taking cosmetology. I started taking culinary arts. I was on the right track then. I stopped believing in myself though. I don't want y'all to stop believing in yourself. Anybody in here don't believe in yourself? All y'all believe in yourself. You do? I believe. Only because I know you a little bit. I don't know the rest of y'all though. Well, I know you, I'm sorry. But listen, y'all, because I ain't probably say none of the stuff I want to say on here, just to go. But my mom didn't step who I was. Am I dwelling on it now? No, I'm not. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't gonna want to hear what you got to say. Everybody ain't gonna feel your movement. I asked a lot of people to help me do this and help me do that, help me get my business started. Waiting around almost a year and a half, actually. And I realized that people will tell you what they want you to hear because they don't really want to tell you what's really on their mind and that they don't want to do it. So I had to think about it and I was like, dang, can I make this happen on my own? I really had to boss up. I had to get in the mirror and look at myself and do a self-evaluation. Can I carry this by myself without the help of anybody else? Do I feel confident enough to do that? Because guess what? I know once I get started and I do it and it take off, guess who's gonna be right there? The people that didn't want to start with me. Oh, I know her. I remember her. Yeah, we're doing that. First one want to get clout. Gonna be my best advertisers and network. So they're gonna be telling everybody who I am and how they know me. My haters. Turning into my motivators right now as we speak. I got a blog on Facebook that I do Monday through Friday. I go live speaking about things like this. People all in my inbox, oh yeah, I see what you're doing. Oh, I love it. Congratulations on your success. And I ain't even did nothing. I just get started. I can't wait. I love my haters. Put my website out there for everybody to see. Go see it, even if you hate it. Cause get what? Them clicks gonna bring them checks. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a master marketer. I market and brand myself. I'm doing this on my own. I make my own flyers. I make my own ads. Do my own help. But I got the money, I design my own logo. I got to wait on nobody. I ain't got no money to pay no website designer to learn how to do my own website. Now what's my excuse? Can you do everything you need to do for yourself? You believe you can? You want to? How you doing? Doing good? You doing better? I remember you. I love y'all. It hurts me to see my own child cutting food because I know what she hit. But that's not my only child. I look at all of y'all like my kids. And I treat all kids the same because my heart is in a good place and it's in a good space. I was the only child, like I said, I never learned how to be loving and friendly. I had to teach myself that. If y'all ain't a way that y'all actually want to be, if you're a way that you are today, if you a hater or you somebody that's always in a negative space, you always mad at the world, you can choose to not be that way right now. This moment. It doesn't take a long time. People are quick to say, well, it takes time to change. No, it don't. 1 second. My 7-year-old grasped that concept. And y'all almost twice as old as her. But she's so on my grind and my hustle. She want to be a mini me boss too, already. She doing her own YouTube channel. working on her own clothing line. She gonna be a millionaire by the time she turn 18. But I don't have to really push it in her because she gets it. If y'all didn't get it at that age, y'all need to get it now. Because you're gonna look up in another 7 years, it's gonna be about 21. And still ain't got it. And that's gonna be a sad situation if you become an adult. You still don't have it, y'all. I'm telling you. I just don't want y'all to go down the road, 20 years of doing the wrong thing just to have to try to turn around at almost 40 to try to correct everything that you did wrong. I messed up my credit, I messed up my record, I messed up my opportunities for certain things. I have to go back now and try to correct everything that I messed up. I didn't know that. I thought I didn't know I was gonna pay for all that stuff I did. Had I known that, had somebody told me when I was y'all age, I probably wouldn't have did it. Do it make sense to get in trouble for 20 years and have to try to spend the next 20 to go back and retract all the trouble that you got into to try to correct that? No, because you're gonna be stuck if you build a record. You ain't gonna have opportunities, and you might don't care. If you don't care about your future, I don't care either. So y'all keep talking, okay? Keep running your mouth back there, because y'all gonna be the ones homeless at about 17, 18. Like I always said. Because the fact that you won't even pay attention to some good information lets me know where your mind at with. So I ain't trying to be funny, because I would never put you down. And I love you either way. All right, I got another question for y'all. If you had an opportunity to manifest anything, what would it be? You right here with the blue shirt. If you could manifest anything, if you could make your own magic happen, what would you do? Now I'm going to show y'all the magic. This is what I do. What you got? Yeah, what would you do? If you could manifest anything, any idea, dream, thought, whatever, in your head, your wildest dreams, you would do what? A veterinarian. Gotcha. What are you doing today to work on it? Be honest. Okay. Okay. Did it get rescheduled? Gotcha. You got in trouble. Okay. So now that you got in trouble, are you still going to be able to take it? What, next year? Is it still an option for you? It is? Okay. What are you doing now to work on it? Stop. You're talking about going to the military. We're talking about becoming a veterinarian. Two things. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. So you want to be in the military for 15 years? It's going to take 15 years to be a vet? No. Do you know how long it's going to take? That's when you need to get started at. You understand what I'm saying? If you haven't even started the research on it, then how do you know what it's going to take to get there? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? When I figured out I want to start a business, I got online and just Googled how to start a business. And all this information started coming up. And then as I started clicking on information, more information started coming up. So what I thought I had to do by going to business school and getting all these degrees and stuff like that, I learned that I could go downtown and fill out the application today. And my business license will be back in 2 weeks. Now I cut down 4 years off of my plan. You understand what I'm saying? Research. Learn what it is that you want to know how to do. I had a best friend, one of my good girls, just got out of prison yesterday, 6 years. She was there 2 of my sentences. I asked her what her plans was when she got out. So she wanted to go to school for 5 years. She wanted to have a business. She's gonna go to school for one thing 5 years that's not even related to the business that she wanna do. Then go back to school for the business that she wanna do after that for another 5 years. So now you got 10 years of work and you ain't gonna start a business until. Let me tell y'all something. Starting a business is so easy today. My homegirl didn't even realize she didn't have to wait 10 years. I told her, I said, baby, listen here. You get out tomorrow, you can be down there to the city hall or the courthouse or what county, wherever it is in your county, to go ahead and start your paperwork to open your business. Everything that you want to know how to do might not necessarily be in your head today. I didn't have to go to school for 10 years to learn how to run my business. I just started doing it. I stepped out on a leap of faith, and the more I did, the more it came to me. Y'all ever seen that game where you take them steps and the path start lighting up? That's the magic for you. That's the magic that you make. But if you don't light your own steps, nobody else will light them for you. So you have to actually start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the step in front of you is dark because you don't even know how to start. When you go home today, instead of jumping on whatever you're jumping on, jump on that research. Then let me tell you the second step of the magic. Write it down. Write it down. You understand? You don't learn nothing from me. Tell y'all something. If everybody in this world, including y'all teachers, y'all parents, y'all friends, family members, everybody, if they knew that the magic was actually write it down, you would be carrying around pens and tons of pads like I do. Everything that I manifested today, I wrote it down when I was in prison. I didn't even know I was working on my manifestations. I put that stuff down in that book and forgot about it. I believed it was going to happen, and now I'm walking right into it, and it's happening before my eyes. It's so humble, but it's so unbelievable. I can't even believe it myself. Like, I actually see myself working my magic. I see people honoring me, acknowledging me as the boss that I always wanted to be. Calling me, girl, I see the growth in you. This is just from a year ago. I see how you changing. I see what you're doing. I notice you. Same people be seeing all my pictures. Ain't like one of them. All of a sudden coming out. Well, they don't even know what's making them contact me. But it's me. It's my magic. When you shine that bright, baby, nobody ain't gonna be able to ignore you. You understand? Make your approach when you walk in the room undeniable. Make it so where they can't not look at you. When I walk in, I demand attention without even saying anything. You know how hard it is to do that? Not hard at all. As long as you believe it, you understand? That's all. It's all about your perspective. You believe that? Star. You want to shine. Y'all know stars in the universe twinkle because they stars just like y'all. Y'all know that? Y'all know what they call stars, right? You know that? Okay. Have you ever thought about what you look like to the other stars? You probably don't look like them because you ain't shining. You understand? When you start shining, that's when they'll start seeing you. You ever notice how certain stars twinkle more than others in the sky? You know why? They shining bright. You ever see a falling star? Never seen a falling star. You have? You know what that was? That's what happened to people like Bill Cosby when they fall off. That's a star falling. A falling star. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you fall off. That's what you don't want to do. You want to stay in the star and shine. The sky and shine. You understand what I'm saying? If you get up there and then you stop believing in your own magic, which is your ability to make things happen, it comes from within. Don't never worry about what anybody else around you has to say because that will affect your magic. If you let somebody do that, you'll be the falling star instead of the twinkling. You want to shine, baby? You gonna shine? I believe you. You all into it. I can believe you, baby. I don't know how this young man is 11 years old, and he seems to have gotten it. I don't know where he's going to in his future, but I believe in his ability to manifest and make his own magic happen. Just because of how he's responding, paying attention, I see he's absorbing and soaking. I can tell that. Intuition. I got something for y'all, so I ain't gonna bore y'all too much. But listen, I hope that what I said and I'm saying is making sense for y'all because I really want y'all to understand that when y'all give y'all parents a hard time and giving the teachers a hard time, you're only making a hard time for yourself. You're not hurting them. I thought that when I was cutting up in school and rebelling against my mom and cussing her out and fighting, and I thought I was really hurting her. It wasn't until I realized that I had to restrict myself from being able to do anything I want to do because I had to create this path of destruction. That I realized who was really hurting the end. I really messed myself up. Now I'm having to work double time to get there. My goal is to be a millionaire in 2 years. Do you believe I can do that? Yes. Why? Do you believe you can do it? Why? Why do you believe I can do it? Why do you believe in me more than you believe in yourself? That's strange, ain't it? Sound weird, don't it? Okay, boom. I want y'all to start believing in yourself. Stop looking at other people like they're on a pedestal. Stop looking at others and their achievements like it's something that you can't do. I want you to know, I'm telling you, if you believe that you can do it, you need to go ahead and start. Because if you don't believe you can do it, you won't. You know what I'm saying? You say you believe you can be a millionaire in 2 years, but you're saying not right now. Why? I know not right now. I said in 2 years. Do you believe that you can start working on it? You feel me? It's all about your perspective. No, I can't be a millionaire today, but I know if I start working towards it then in 2 years, I'm gonna make it happen. And I'm setting up goals to make sure I make it happen so I can see my progress. You feel me? 1 month goal, 3 month goal, 6 month goal, 9 month goal, 12 month goal. Every time 3 months come back, I check myself before I rate myself. Try to see where my progress at, what I done did, what I ain't did. That's the power of writing it down because it keeps you on track. But writing is the magic. After you believe, there's 3 parts to the manifestation: believing, writing it down, and the action. You got the writing, you got the belief, but you ain't putting no foot forward, you won't see it. All right? So I want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to believe that. I did 2 prison sentences. I'm a convicted felon. I got about 7 felons on my record. 7. But I was able to come home, start my own business, and contract to do business with the federal government as a convicted felon. I stand to look to receive multi-million-dollar contracts from the government. And I ain't telling y'all no lie. These are all facts because I don't speak number facts. So I don't do no capping. I'm gonna be a millionaire in 2 years. I would love to have the opportunity for some of you all to do that as well. And if you don't worry about it. Because the success is not only in the achievement of the goal, it's also in the process of getting there. You will learn, you will grow, you will become a better person, you will become stronger, you will become a thinker, you'll become motivated, you'll be able to inspire others because they'll see what you're doing. They'll see the difference in you. You say you want to be a singer, start looking at yourself as a singer, baby. Not only singing out your mouth, carry yourself like a singer. Whatever you want to be. You want to stop touching and start doing something else? Start it. Stop joking and being a clown unless that's what you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? Because what you do and what you are today is what you're going to be. And if y'all don't get that, I don't know what else to tell you. Because I clearly just ain't going to get it if you don't get that. Whatever you are today, if you ain't trying to change that, if you don't like it, and you ain't trying to work to be nothing else, you're not. You're going to be the same thing tomorrow that you is today. For the rest of your life. Until you start trying to make that change. It'll happen if you want it to. Alright? I got something for y'all to close out with. This is a song that I wrote for y'all. This is my first official speaking engagement, and I thank y'all for having me here because this is allowing me to be able to get the opportunity to do the same thing for other kids as well. So on my journey, my road to success, I look forward to it because I can see everything that I want to happen right now. But you got to be able to visualize it. You understand what I'm saying? Belief is to be able to see something without it even happening, without it even being in front of you. You got to believe it before you see it. You got to take risks on yourself like you mean it. If you don't, ain't nothing gonna happen. I wrote this for y'all, okay? It's a little, listen, I ain't recording no studio, so y'all don't be judging me, okay? But it's a motivational song, and like I said, I am an artist, so I want to do this for y'all. But first, I'm gonna let my mini boss come and give y'all a couple of words while she wrap it up for me. Hold on.
Hey everybody, my name is Coco Brown. I'm my mom's mini boss, and I want to share some bugs. Just kidding. I want to share some words of encouragement today. And today's Friday, in case you forgot. So happy Boss Day to you. Yeah, let's get some more. Sorry, I have forgot some more.
Yes. Boss your life up. Boss your life up. Boss your life up. You are now listening to melodic, hypnotic, enchanting voice of boss. Yeah, to welcome you to a Shiiboss experience. I hope you enjoy. Yes. I know I gotta dig deep and I ain't going hard enough. My beauty's gonna skin deep, but it covers all the scars of my heart tough. But I never use it for the hard stuff. They tried to break me down, but they ain't know I had my guard up. Poking at a real beast, I crank up like a starter. You don't want no real beef, you want a morning star, boy. How can I take you seriously when you
might work the offer. Nowadays, the chance I catch, I write them like an author. People still get like Martha, so I'ma hustle harder. I can never let a turtle win, cause I'm a monster. Consider me and the Oscar try to stop us, we gon' stomp them like some Tonkas. Consider me a problem, and solving not an option. You know how I give it up, it's kinda like adoption. I drop it like a hot pin. Either you in or you not in. If I said it, then I meant it. Cause I ain't the one for talking. I make you listen when I'm talking. Give yourself a vision, use your heart and put your all in. Cause in order to be ballin', you got to be all in. I know a lot of bosses, I could probably put a call in. Your problem ain't your problem. Your problem is your mind frame. I don't know what you're waiting on, but it's probably time your mind change. Hanging with a bunch of pennies, no wonder you ain't trying to change. How can you make a mind thing when you can't even buy a drink? Crying on the outside, laughing loud, crying away. I got one at the night before the mud, you can do the same. We got the same 24 hours, same 7 days. I'm trying to stack a really every hour. What you trying to make? So what you trying to say? Waiting on brighter days, you need to find a way. Hit the Father Day. It's time to just be great. If you the author of a book, you need to slay your pages. I motivate the greatest from different race to ages, and I could never be a racist. All colors my favorite. I know that we've been taught to make the change, don't change to make it, but you can take the chance to make a change that's never waiting. Believe that, yeah, receive that, and you need that, yeah, real rap. I'll clap, boss your life up. Boss your life up, 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 boss your mind up, boss your grind up, boss your shine up, boss your line up, hey, boss your girls up, boss your guys up. You better hurry up before your time's up, hey, boss your life up, boss your life up, boss your life up, hey. You might get wound up, you're laying down, no you're not, just make your mind up. Boss your life up, 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 boss your life up. Period! Hey y'all. Thank y'all so much. I really had a good time. I really appreciate y'all coming. I look forward to hopefully coming back and speak to you again. I didn't say everything I want to say, but I didn't want to overload y'all. Listen, I want y'all to make sure that y'all go check out the website and sign up and register. It's just a pre-registration. The program has not started yet, okay? But like I said, it's for teenagers who want or aspire to be teen bosses. And even if you don't want to have your own business, bossing up is a lifestyle. It's a mentality. It doesn't mean just running a business or being a boss, okay? So I want y'all to know that. Get the inner boss and you find your inner boss. If you don't know where Sally's boss, start digging quick. Don't wait another day. All right? Y'all get nothing else? Get that. I love y'all. Thank y'all.